From the 103rd Psalm. Let's listen to God's word to us. The inscription on this simply reads, of David. So this is a song for me. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and do not forget all of his benefits. Who forgives all of your iniquity, who heals all of your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit, who crowns you with steadfast love and mercy, who satisfies you with good as long as you live, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord works vindication and justice for all who are oppressed. He made known his ways to Moses, his acts to the people of Israel. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love. He will not always accuse, nor will he keep his anger forever. He does not deal with us according to our sins, nor repay us according to our iniquities. For as the heavens are high above the earth, so great is God's steadfast love towards those who fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far does God remove our transgressions from us. As a father has compassion for his children, so the Lord has compassion for those who fear him. For God knows how we were made. He remembers that we are dust. And then moving ahead to verse 19. The Lord has established his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom rules over all. Bless the Lord, O you his angels, you his mighty ones who do his bidding, obedient to his spoken word. Bless the Lord, all of his hosts, his ministers that do his will. Bless the Lord, all of his works, in all places of his dominion. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Well, a couple years ago, I came across an Art Buchwald article entitled, "Some Folks Get All of the Breaks." My wife, says Buchwald, is one of the luckiest women in the world. Don't take my word for it, just ask all of her friends. Late this summer, she tripped on a rock and she broke her wrist. Now, ordinarily, you would call this a piece of bad luck. But it turns out that when she had the accident, she did everything just right. This is the way the conversation went the day after the accident. My wife broke her wrist. Was it the right wrist or the left wrist, a friend asked. The left, I said. She's lucky it was the left, because if she broke the right, it would have been twice as inconvenient. I said, indeed, my wife has always been lucky when it comes to breaking a bone. It runs in her family. The next friend, when informed about the accident, wanted to know if she tripped and fell forwards or backwards when she broke her wrist. I said I didn't know that it mattered. Oh, of course it matters, my friend said. If she fell forward, well, it was the best thing that could have happened, because otherwise she could have injured her back, breaking her fall with her hand. In addition, he said, she saved injuring her nose. You have one lucky woman there. Don't do it, I said proudly. The next door neighbor said, I heard your wife had a fall. Yes, she broke her wrist, I said. I always look on the bright side. It could have been her hip. I mean, some women are just born lucky. It'll be in a cast for 6 weeks, I say. She's fortunate it didn't happen at the beginning of the summer, because you perspire under the cast and then you go crazy trying to itch it. That indeed seems to be the consensus, I replied. Everyone is congratulating her that she did not break her wrist on the 4th of July. The trick of any bone injury, my friend continued, is to break it in the right place at the right time. How can you do that, I asked. Well, when you break something, You have to be in close proximity to an orthopedic surgeon who isn't out playing golf. The real luck of falling down is to find the surgeon in his empty office playing solitaire. Well, our doctor wasn't even out fishing. Then she really is a lucky woman. I hope she realizes. She does, I said. She counts her blessings every time she breaks her wrist. Count your blessings. We hear this counsel so often that it's hard not to dismiss it as yet another pious platitude, another bit of advice to be put on the shelf on the same level of eat your vegetables and exercise daily and don't worry, be happy, right? Count your blessings. It's easier said than done, isn't it? I mean, let's face it, we live in a culture that has a vested interest in preventing us from counting our blessings. Because, of course, people who count their blessings are more satisfied with what they have, and therefore they're not as likely to go out and stay up till 3 a.m., at Target making crazy purchases of things that they don't really actually need. And so 99% of all advertising tries to get us to focus not on what we have, but rather on what we don't have, right? I mean, just turn on your TV, especially during this time of year. I mean, sure, yes, you have a high-definition 43-inch TV, we are told, but you don't have a 4K 65-inch high-definition TV. And in fact, your life is not complete until you get a 4K 65-inch high-definition TV or a Mercedes-Benz or whatever, right? That's all advertising is about. It's no wonder that only 10% of Americans report feeling the emotion of gratitude regularly and often. That, by the way, compares to 50% of Germans who feel gratitude regularly and often. Counting your blessings can be hard in a hyper-materialistic culture like ours. And yet there is a growing body of research as well as common sense that says that it is well worth the effort to count your blessings. Among other things, being thankful has been linked to greater success in life, feeling better about life in general, having better psychological ability to adjust, having better relationships in your life, and having better health, and in fact, better overall well-being, all linked to a sense of gratitude in our lives. Grateful people have even been proven to live longer. A University of Kentucky study, for instance, comparing the emotional content written in the autobiographies of 180 Catholic nuns when they were 22 years. Now, they followed them over the years after they wrote those autobiographies at the age of 22, and they discovered that in that time period, the nuns who expressed more positive emotions, such as gratitude and joy in their autobiographies, lived an average of 7 years longer than the nuns who weren't so positive. Count your blessings. You'll live a happier and a longer life if you do, which is exactly why the scriptures are crammed full of admonitions to be grateful people. At least 140 times in the Bible, for instance, Scripture urges us to be thankful. Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 107. I will give you thanks, and you answered me. You have become my salvation. Psalm 118. In the New Testament, in Romans 1:18, Paul says, first of all, I thank my God through Jesus Christ for all of you, because your faith is being reported all over the world. And to the church in Ephesus, he says, praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who has blessed us in the heavenly realms with every spiritual blessing in Christ. And then, of course, we come to today's psalm, Psalm 103. 3. It begins with the simple heading of David. Not much there, is there, to kind of give us the situation in life in which this psalm was written. Oftentimes the prescription gives us that little information, but not this one, just of David. And so when I studied the psalm, I started by looking at the text itself for some clues as to when it might have been written. At first, I thought it must have been written at a time when David was on a real peak in life, when he was really full of joy. I mean, after all, it begins, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name." That sounds pretty happy and upbeat. I mean, David sounds happy there. Maybe he wrote it when he defeated Goliath after that, or maybe when he became king. "Bless the Lord, O my soul." Man, life is on the upswing here. Then I looked at verse 2, the very next verse. He says the same thing, "Bless the Lord, O my soul." But then he adds, "And do not forget all of his benefits." Interesting. Do not forget all of God's benefits. When things are going well in my life, think about it. I don't at least have much trouble remembering and expressing how good God has been to me. When everyone is well, for instance, I find it rather easy to thank God for health. When I'm full of joy, I'm more likely to express joy. That kind of got me to thinking that, well, maybe I've been reading this psalm all wrong. Maybe this isn't a psalm of joy whatsoever. Maybe this is a psalm of despair and written in the midst of great anguish. Maybe it should be read more like this. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless God's holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and don't forget all of his benefits, who forgives your iniquity and heals all of your diseases, and who redeems your life from the pit like the one that I'm in right now. The one that I just can't seem to get out of. Don't forget, David. Don't forget. Remember God's steadfast love and mercy. He's gotten you out of pits like this in the past. He'll get you out of this one. Remember. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Of course, we'll never really know. But it does seem more likely to me that David wasn't really in a peak experience, but rather in a pit experience when he wrote this. Maybe he wrote it after Nathan pointed the finger at him and said, "You're the man who had that affair with Bathsheba," and covered it up and killed and all that, and he knew that he was busted and his sin was uncovered. Maybe that's when he said, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, don't forget." Or maybe he wrote it after his son Absalom died, and he cried out, "Oh, Absalom, Absalom, my son, if only it were me who would have died." Or maybe he wrote it when he was hiding in the cave, afraid for his life. After all, it does seem more than coincidental to me that David does not begin this psalm by addressing God as most psalms begin. No, he begins by addressing himself, doesn't he? Think about that. Indeed, the most important audience that any of us will ever have is our own soul, because what we say to ourselves over time will determine how we feel, will determine how we act, and ultimately will determine who we become in life. There's a whole branch of psychology, in fact, called cognitive therapy that focuses on the healing potential of how we talk to ourselves. If we focus on the negative in our lives, then we will become negative people. If we focus on the positive in our lives, then we will become positive people. You see, the truth is that we all have a choice about what we're going to focus on, don't we? We have to decide what counts in our lives and what we're going to count. We can count our problems and the things that we don't have, or we can count our blessings, the things that we do have. And sadly, some people are forever unhappy because they were always counting the things that are bad in their lives. And let's face it, for all of us, there will always be a long list of things that isn't working out the way we want it to. But true gratitude, biblical gratitude, is not dependent upon our outward circumstances. It's a decision. As Dr. Laura says, gratitude is an attitude, right? We've all met people, for instance, who have had lots of blessings in their lives, and yet they're forever miserable. And, on the other hand, we've also met people who have tons of problems in their lives, and yet, on the whole, they're pretty darn happy and satisfied people. I think about the many Christians that I've met on my mission trips to Mexico. They have so little materially, especially in comparison to us, and yet they're so happy, they're so full of joy, they love life, they love their children, they love the church, they love the Lord. And then I think about a guy I met a couple years back, a homeless man by the name of Terry, who came into my office looking for assistance from the church that I was serving. It was winter. Terry didn't smell so hot. He was wearing a torn-out pair of overalls, and he hadn't shaved in a while. But he was so polite, he was so articulate, he was so thankful. At that time, my home had a detached garage and a workroom, and so I offered to let him spend the night in my workroom with a space heater. No thanks, he said. You save that for somebody who really needs it. I'm really lucky to have my pickup and some good blankets. I offered him some food from our church's pantry. Oh, no thank you, he said. I'm getting a food voucher this afternoon. You save that food for somebody who really needs it. I'm sorry we can't do more for you, I said. Oh, not a problem, he said. Not a problem. I totally appreciate you trying. God bless you, I said as he left. And he said, no, God bless you. And he meant it. And I was blessed by Terry. And challenged, too. I mean, if a guy like Terry can be filled with gratitude and joy and thankfulness despite his circumstances, I mean, why do I keep whining about the little problems that I have in my life? Bless the Lord, O my soul, and do not forget all of his benefits. Count your blessings. Gratitude is a decision, dear friends. And when we decide to be grateful, the emotions of gratitude will eventually follow. That is indeed what David discovered in this song, because even though he begins this song by giving himself, this kind of a little spiritual pep talk, talking to himself, right? His audience quickly shifts to the covenant people of Israel. He recounts the story of Moses and God's work of justice, and then he turns not only to what God has done, but who God is. He recites the Old Testament's most beloved description of God's character, saying, the Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love. And by the time this psalm ends, David isn't just telling himself to bless the Lord anymore, nor is he just talking to the people of God, adjuring them to bless the Lord. No, by the end of this psalm, he is inviting the very creative order itself to bless the Lord. Bless the Lord, O you his angels, he says in verse 20. Bless the Lord, all of his hosts. Bless the Lord, all of his works, and all of the places of his dominion. Well, where is God's dominion? If you're a good biblical thinker, it's everywhere. Bless the Lord, all of the world. Gratitude is like that, you know? It's contagious. It spreads like wildfire, if you let it. And so I adjure you, O people of God. Count your blessings instead of your crosses. Count your gains instead of your losses. Count your joys instead of your woes. Count your friends instead of your foes. Count your smiles instead of your tears. Count your courage instead of your fears. Count your full years instead of your lean. Count your kind deeds instead of your mean. Count your health instead of your wealth. Love your neighbor as much as yourself. Bless the Lord, and don't forget all of God's benefits. Give thanks with a grateful heart, even when it's hard to give thanks. In fact, especially when it's hard to give thanks. How can you work that out practically? Well, maybe you want to keep a journal of all of the things that you are grateful for, a gratitude journal. Or maybe you want to read some of the many songs of thanksgiving. Or maybe you just need to ponder all of the things that you take for granted in your life. I bet after you ponder those things for a little while, you'll just realize you don't need a whole bunch of other things. Maybe you don't actually need that 4K, 65-inch, super high-definition color television. Maybe you don't need that, and maybe instead you become the alternative gift market this Saturday and share some of the resources you're not going to spend on that 65-inch, 4K, 60 high-definition television on other people so that they can experience gratitude for your generosity. Bless the Lord, my soul, and above all else, never forget to be thankful for what God has done for you. God forgives. God redeems. God satisfies. God is merciful and bounding in steadfast love. And nothing can take that away from you except yourself. Let's pray. Gracious God, cure our souls of our perpetual lust for things and for more. Our perpetual gaze upon that which we do not have. And heal our hearts. Help us, give us, Holy Spirit, that we might decide to focus on that which is good and right and wonderful and glorious in our lives. Especially we thank you for yourself and for your goodness and your mercy to us. Lord, we have botched up our lives so many times, and yet you stick with us, and you love us, and you forgive us, and you give us a meaning and purpose and direction in life. For that we thank you. Bless the Lord, my soul, and all that is within me. Bless God's holy name. I'm going to invite you to stand.